Hi, this is Mukul, and in this video I'm going to show you some endgame positions and show you how to checkmate your opponent during the endgame. I hope you know the rule. When the opponent has only the king, then you have only 50 moves to checkmate your opponent. Okay, let's start with the easiest endgame position, that is when you have a queen and a king. This is the position. If king goes to e5, then move your king to e2. If king goes again to d5, this is just an imagination, king can go anywhere. The thing is, you have to block the rows and files, that is file and row, with your queen. If king goes to d5, then king should go to d3. This is direct opposition. Once you have direct opposition, the opponent king has very limited space to move. Now it can go to e6, here to e5 again, but then queen will come to e4 square and the options will be limited for the black king, so he will move to this side of the board. King should go to c4. If king goes to c7, king to d5, again closing down the black monarch. King goes to c8, then queen should go to e7 and lock the 7th rank. If d8, king to c6, and now you have to be very careful. Sometimes you lead into a stalemate, so be wise. When king should go to c6, king to c6, king should go to a8. If king goes to c8, then queen will come to c7 and it will be checkmate. Anyways, it is going to be checkmate. This is the way you checkmate your opponent. What if this is the position? If this is a position, then again advance your king. If king goes to c5, queen to d3, blocking the 4th rank. If king goes to d4, queen to c3 check, king to a4, king to c2. Again we are closing down the king. King goes to d5, and now king cannot escape to the right side of the board because queen is controlling the c file. King to d3, as I said, direct opposition. Now, where can the king go? King cannot go to a5. Queen is controlling that square. King cannot go to the c file because again that is controlled by the queen. If e6, then queen should go to e5, so king cannot come to the 5th rank and king is forced to go back. If king goes to b6, king to b4, king to c6, king to c4. Again, if b6, queen to b5 check, king goes to a7, king to c5, king to a8. As I said, advance your king to push your opponent's king at the corner. And if king goes to a7, queen to b7, checkmate. So these are the two variations in the endgame where you can easily checkmate your opponent. Let's try another variation. What if you have two rooks in the end? Still you have 50 moves and you need to checkmate using those two rooks. It is easy using two rooks, even you can do it, but I'm still here to guide you. This is the start position. If king goes to c5, attacking the rook on b4, rook to h4, so that king will take more moves to reach this rook, and king cannot escape, or king cannot cross the fourth rank as it is blocked by the rook. King goes to b5, then rook from a to a4, closing down the king. King goes to c5, rook to h5, check. Now where can the king go? King cannot go to b4, nor it can come to b5. It should go back. If king goes to b6, narrowing the room for the rook, rook should go to g4. So now king should take a long detour to attack the two rooks, which is very difficult for the king to catch two rooks. If still black is ambitious and wants to attack, then king to c6, then rook to g6, check, and then king to d7. King is forced to go back to the board because two rooks are controlling the ranks 5th and 6th, as you see. And then rook to h7, king to e8, rook to g8, checkmate. So this is how you checkmate your opponent using two rooks. You just have to block a file and give check using the other rook. And now we will go to a very difficult position, a so-called difficult position, when you have only one rook and a king and you need to checkmate. The thing is, don't panic. Even if you think that you have only one rook, how can you checkmate? I will show you. It is black to move. If king goes to c4, attacking the rook, move your king to f2. Okay, but first I'll show you the final position of how you can do it. The position has to be this. Okay, so, and I'll show you how to get to that position. So when king moved to c4, we moved our king to f2, and when b4, rook goes to f3. So keeping the king and rook together, we can easily push the black monarch to the corner of the board. So if king goes to c4, king to e2, we are moving towards our opponent. King goes to again to b4, then rook to d3. Again, using the rook, we are reducing the free space for the black king, and then he will be forced to go back. Again, if king goes to c4, king to d2, king to b4, rook to c3. Step by step we are reducing the files, we are cutting down the files, so king cannot escape beyond the c file. He has to go back or to the a file. If king goes to a4, again move your king to c2, king to b4, king to b2. Again, if king goes to a4, rook to b3, and now king has only a file to move. King goes to a5, king to a3, king goes to a6, he cannot go to the b file. King goes to a4, we are pushing him backwards. King to a7, rook to b5, king to a6, king to b4, king to a7, king to c5, king to again a6, king to c6. It is a direct opposition and black is in trouble. If king to a7, rook will go to b6, and now the black king is really pushed to the corner of the board. If king goes to a8, move your king to c7, and when your king goes to a7, now you have to play a waiting move. The move is, where will you move the rook? If you bring your rook backwards, then king will get the 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, all these ranks to move. But wait, we have to block the 6th rank, and at the same time we don't have to allow the king to go beyond it. How? Move your rook to h6. Now where will the king go? King cannot go to a6, it is controlled by the rook, the 6th rank. King can go to a8, and when king goes to a8, rook to a6, checkmate. So that's how you checkmate your opponent in the endgame. The easiest thing was when you had a queen. Another easy thing was when you had two rooks, and another challenging thing which you learned today was when you have only one rook. In all these situations, you can easily checkmate your opponent in 50 moves. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I wish good luck with your chess, especially with the endgames and the techniques which I have taught today, and bye for now.